What's up, Vintage? Welcome. I got, guess what I downloaded and put into the plugins folder. You can see it from the screen here. It's pretty cool. I haven't used SAM in a lot of years. We've been sitting here on VATSIM for about 30 minutes, and it looks like a whole host of Fort Worth folks are on board. We've already got our PDC. And we're taking the A319 over to Charlotte because I'm going to do some Embraer ERJ ops out of Charlotte. And virtual American Airlines don't have routes for the ERJs out of Dallas, so I gotta relocate myself over there rather than do the jump seat. So we are gonna squawk 2211, cleared, fork 3 departure, climb via the SID, expect 370 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is offline. It looks like it's online now. Holy baloney, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, one is a duplicate. We have 4 center controllers. That's fairly amazing. Let's jump on in. Doing some work as well on the overlay. Yeah, I did a bit of a test for it last night for about 20 minutes before I went to sleep. I couldn't let it go. I couldn't go to sleep without taking a look at it. Ended up going to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning. So let's jump on in, not mess about anymore. I have my own cold and dark initiated. Get the batteries on. It's interesting on the A319, A320, and A321s, the batteries don't give you any screens, so DC power is not working any of the screens. But on the A330neo, the batteries operate your PFD and your upper ECAM. Alright, so batteries are on. That lets me get the mechanic page up and get the external power connected and select that. Don't need all those lights. Okay, the screens look good. Let's get the inertial references to nav mode. Crew supply will go on, ground control on, nav logo, we'll actually put it to position 2. It's probably going to be dark when we get to Charlotte. Engine 1 fire test. APU fire test. Engine 2 fire test. Hydraulics and fuel panels are fine for now. Same with the electrical, same with the air conditioning, they look fine. Anti-ice is all off. Probe heat is in the auto position and cabin pressure is auto. I'll start the APU master switch, get that flap open, get the passenger signs on and the emergency exit lights to arm, dome off. And flap is just opened, start the APU. So we were squawk 2211, climb via the SID. Expect 17 right for departure. I'm not going to switch my radios to, but I'll start squawking now so they know I'm here. FMC init page, request init. Fort Worth, Charlotte, Greensboro's the alternate. American 1703, cost index is not 50. Cost index is 38. And cruise altitude is 370, that's correct. Align IRSs and download the winds. So the climb winds are, well, unbelievably timid. One 26550. Port Tower Low, American 1703 at stand, I believe it's 26.
Again, 1703, DFW Tower, go ahead.
It's responding to your text message to contact tower.
I apologize, I didn't mean to send that to you.
Okay. And yeah, overhead looks good for now. Actually,
Central aircraft, DFW departure, Atis Echo, arrival, Delta's current, wind 180, parameter 2982.
2982, thank you very much. So we'll go and get the departure ATIS. Departure Delta, winds 180, 8 gusting 18, 10 miles visibility, few clouds at 7,000, few 22,000, broken 25, temperature 37, yikes. 2983 on the information Delta. I think you said 2982, no big deal. Parallel traffic departing runways 17 right, 18 left, no temps. ASD, X-ray in use, operate transponders within. What's up, Jarl? How are you? Welcome. A short one today, kind of a repositioning flight from Dallas to Charlotte, because tomorrow I'm going to do some regional jet ops for American Airlines out of Charlotte and go into the regional airports, which will be some fun. Okay, we have information Delta on board. Got the winds. Very, very, very light winds all the way up to our cruising altitude, which is actually nice. Should be no turbulence. Let's get our weights information in here. So we are operating an Airbus A319. Oh, very good. Are you making the tiller? You building it yourself? Air distance 850 nautical miles. Alternate is Greensboro. Cruising at flight level 370. We'll look at the fuel later, but our block fuel, actually our wheels up, wheels down is 1 hour 59 minutes. Block fuel 16.9 thousand. That's very cool, dude. You have the electrical engineer touch. We are 128 packs out of 128 seats, so we have a full airplane today. Zero fuel weight 118.2. That's in the box. And block fuel 16.9 is good. Go to the weight and balance page and stick in our total passenger count. 128. Zero fuel weight 118.2. That's good.
American 1972 headed ready for departure.
Fuel 16.9.
American 1972 DSW.
We'll actually take a little more. We'll take 17,000. Giving us a takeoff rate of 134.7. Takeoff weight of 134.7. And that has a gross weight center of gravity 28.9. Everything looks fairly good there. Conditioning will be on.
Delta 5 on the visual.
Let's get 17,000 of fuel on the plane.
Delta 803, good evening. 1806, runway 18 right, clear to land. Right, clear to land, Delta 803.
Okay, fuel loading is underway. We've got 8,700 pounds. So we need another 6,300. Fort Worth charts 60-9. Pin that. Standard instrument departure. That's cool, man. That's very cool. Isn't AI just absolutely amazing? I never coded a thing in my life except Visual Basic around 25 years ago. And I literally bullied Gemini to write me Python back-end code, as well as CSS and HTML front-end code to build my overlay from scratch. AI is just incredible. So we got the Fork 3 departure. We'll pin this chart too. And getting into Charlotte. On the Jonesy 7 from Best. Be expecting 01 left.
American 1972, contact departure 132.45 today. 3245 good day, American 1972.
Jones 7 from Best. Should be ending. The last fix will be Chile. Go and pin that. And ILS 1 left. Go ahead and pin that. Airport chart. Pin that. And parking gates. Pin that. That's all the charts we're going to need. No, it's crazy how for coding its AI is absolutely unbelievable. I've literally showed it a kind of a picture, a hand sketch of what I wanted, and it basically had 70% of it done with the first batch of code it spat out. And then there was a lot of wrestling after that for the finer details. IRSs have aligned. We got all our charts. The init page has all the weights in there and they are all good. Gotten the weather and we have the altimeters set. Just look at the departure. We are climbing via the SID, so we'll have to check on the chart what the top altitude is. Departing 17 right, climb heading 176 to 1,120 feet, then direct to cross treks at or above 5,000, then on track 100 to Jolin, then on track 81 to Paxton, then on track 72 to Hannon. And 10,000 is our initial altitude. So that's set. Okay, we'll put the route in here. Departure 17 right. Fork 3. There is no transition, correct? Let's have to look at the departure chart.
Delta 03, welcome, safe parking.
Yep. Okay, so that's good. Insert that.
The Echo Gate. Affirmative.
And Charlotte.
Delta 803, roger, taxi.
We got ILS 1 left.
Alpha, cross runway 18 left at Alpha.
Jones 7.
Juliet Alpha, cross runway 18 left at Alpha.
Via. What's going to be the via? Well, it looks fine. We'll see how this SID ends. Chile. Take Wellet, and the transition is best. Insert that. Okay, so the route looks good. We'll just make sure the altitude constraints are good on the FMS. This really just checks at 5,000 as our own altitude constraint, and that is accurate in the FMS. Take a look at Charlotte arrival, the Jones 7, Cup 270 knots above flight level 240. 270, 240 or above, that's good. Cake 270, 260 below 17,000 above. That looks good. Jones 250 knots, 210 or 11,000 or higher. That looks good. Dub is 12,000 below, 10,000 above. That looks good. And finally, Chile, 210 knots and 7,000 hard. That looks good. And then Wellet, probably 7,000, 6,000, so it's just 1,000 feet increments from waypoint to waypoint on the approach. Okay, all that looks good. Route's done. Weights are done. Got the passengers on board. 123. Load those. Fuel is finished as well. Close the cabin door. Arm doors and cross check. And last but not least, the takeoff performance. We're going to be 17 right. Full length. We're going to leave these winds because these are actually the X-plane winds and the X-plane temperature and the X-plane altimeter. Takeoff weight 134.7. Got page 2 of the init. That's accurate. And the CG of 28.9 is accurate. Set for flex. Config auto. Air conditioning on, we'll compute that. Flap configuration is 1+F, thrust is flex 69, V1 and V rotator 137, V2 139, horizontal trim, stabilizer trim is up 0.4, green dot speed 207. .139. Flaps 1, and we're going to be up 0.4, and the flex was 69. No takeoff shift, so we're good there. Okay. Cockpit prep checklist. Gear pins covers removed. Fuel quantity 16,940 pounds. That's good. Passenger signs are on. The gears are aligned and in nav mode. And altimeters are 29.3, 29.83 on both sides. Before start checklist.
FedEx 1711, DFW Tower, I don't have a clearance for you.
Park brake is
Let me correct that.
not set because we are on the chocks. Takeoff speeds and thrust are set in the FMS, and they are also on the primary flight display. Beacon on, so let me check the PDC again.
FedEx 1711, I gotta now expect PDC. Awesome, ready when you are.
Okay, we'll see if push and start is our discretion. We'll just ask him. But, we can disconnect the jetway. Oh, look at that. Tells you what your PAX is and everything. Stand Alpha 28. Fort Worth Tower, American 1703, stand Alpha 28 is push and start our discretion.
1703, affirmative, towards taxi.
We'll call you back shortly for taxi clearance, FedEx 1703, thanks. Okay, so we are on stand Alpha 28. Which is up here at the Alpha gates, and so we'll push back face north. Can we call the A319 the baby bus, or is that title just exclusive for the A318? It is a tiny looking airplane, the 19.
All right, Captain, got the directions. Let me know through the menu when you're ready. Great news, Captain, your tow's coming.
Okay, we'll set the brakes and release the chocks, and beacon light go on.
All right, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Fort Worth Tower, American 1254, establish localizer 17 center. American 1254, DFW Tower, good evening, wind 1806, runway 17 center, clear to land. Clear to land, runway 17 center, American 1254.
So on the taxi, he's probably going to give me,
bypass pins inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
he's probably going to give me,
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
maybe just kilo all the way up. Departure frequency is 126.55. Who's he going to hand me off to? We have 1, 2, 3, 4.
193, visual 18 right. Speedbird 193 Super DFW Tower, good evening, wind 180 at 6, runway 18 right, clear to land. 18 right, clear to land, Speedbird 193.
Start up engine 1. Nice landing by the looks like a 737.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Brake set.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Oh, you want fuel pumps to be turned on? You sure you want that? Okay, I'll let you have it.
1254, welcome, safe parking. We're going to be parking at Charlie 10, American 1254. American 1254, taxi via Mike Echo Lima Kilo, cross runway 17 right to Echo Lima. Mike Echo Lima Kilo to the random cross runway 17 right at Kilo, American 1254.
I love watching the APU getting kicked off the electrical bus when the generator kicks in. I know that sounds like it shouldn't be exciting, but I just think about the logic that ToLiss had written into the script. And go, that's pretty cool. There we go. Gen 2 is alive. APU is off the bus. Two good engine starts. We're gonna disconnect the tug. Disconnect the tug, Doug. Throw our wing light on. Why not? Engine mode selector
And we're
normal.
disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take
Lead
these
off.
and have a safe flight.
The Dash 200. Dang. A lot of analog instruments there. Flaps 1.
Seabird 193 Super, welcome. Safe parking. Delta 16
Full up.
X-ray, please speed with 193.
Pull down.
193, taxi via Whiskey Lima into the ramp, cross runway 18 left. Have a good night.
I need to get new rudder pedals. These things are
Whiskey Lima
a disaster.
and cross 18 left, speedbird 193. Thank you very much, bye.
Full left. Full right. Pitch trim 0.4, I believe. Double check that. Performance page. Yep, 0.4. FSR checklist. Anti-ice is off. ECAM status is checked, no blue. And pitch trim is set and rudder trim is neutral, checked. For the Earth Tower, American 1703 with Delta, ready for taxi.
American 1703, DFW Tower, runway 17 right, taxi via Kilo Echo Golf.
Kilo Echo Golf to 17 right, American 1703. Max, arm to spoilers. Takeoff config tests. Taxi checklist complete. Kilo Echo Golf. He just spelled out keg. He must be trying to say something about a beer. We are clear on the right on Kilo. Kilo's the inside one. Yikes.
DFW Tower, American 49, the Delta Terminal with Echo, ready for push and start.
American 49 Heavy, DFW Tower, good evening, push and start to discretion, call for taxi.
On call for taxi, can I assume 18 left, sir?
Affirmative.
Thank you. 49.
Kilo's the one that shimmies to the right a little bit. Echo, there's a limousine driving on the grass here. What's up with that? Celebrities are partying way too hard, obviously. So Echo Golf is the middle of the two. Fortunately, they're not labeled on the ground here in this scenery. Default scenery. One seven right.
American 1703, wind 1806, RNAV to T-Rex, runway 17 right, clear for takeoff.
RNF T-Rex clear for takeoff, 17 right, American 1703. We are cleared for takeoff. The left side is clear. The right side looks clear.
Visual 18 right.
The 496, DFW Tower, good evening, wind 1806, runway 18 right, clear to land.
Clear land at 496. DFW Tower, American 49, spot 14, ready for taxi.
American 49 Heavy, DFW Tower, runway 18 left, taxi via Golf, Whiskey Golf.
Golf, whiskey, golf. 49.
Stabilized. SRS green, runway green, flex 69. Knots. V1 rotate. Positive right gear up.
American 1703, contact departure 132.45, good day.
3245 for American 1703. Good day. Favorite climb.
Fort Worth Center, American 1330 is back.
American 1330, it's good to hear your voice.
Center, hello. American 1703, 3.8 for 10 off of 17 right.
American 1703, Fort Worth Center, radar contact, climb maintain 17,000.
Up to 17,000, American 1703. Open climb, flaps up. 3575, American 1703, good day. Center, hello, American 1703, 6.5 for 17,000 on the Fork 3.
American 1703, Fort Worth Center, hello. Climb maintain flight level 370.
Climb lane 370, American 1703. Open climb. Malachi Allen, welcome back. Sorry you missed the A330 Neo flight yesterday morning. I think it was yesterday morning, or was it the day before? I don't know. They're all kind of blending into one. It's good to have you on board. How you doing? Feet. Landing lights off. Yeah, we're good. We're good. This is a repositioning flight to get over to Charlotte, and I'm pretending American Airlines needs me to run some regional jet ops for the next few days. So Thursday and Friday are going to be Embraer ERJ 145 ops.
Fort Worth Center, 53 Bravo Bravo flight 120, directing Billy.
Number 535 Golf Bravo, Fort Worth Center, climb maintain flight level 410.
410, 535 Golf Bravo.
That is Dallas Love Field right there, gentlemen.
Fort Worth Center, extension 307, flight level 360 in McCain.
Can anybody tell me in
307, Fort Worth Center, radar contact 30 miles northeast of the Monroe VOR. Hello?
Can anybody tell me an interesting historical fact about Dallas Love Field?
Fort Worth Center, good evening. It's Autumn 305, Whiskey 12000, Red Frosty. For 3050 Whiskey, Fort Worth Center, maintain 12000. Maintain 12000, follow Whiskey. Contact Fort Worth Center 120.77. 2077, there's your final skills, yeah. American 504 descend via the Barrier 3 arrival, DFW altimeter 2982, which can resume normal speed. 2982, descend via Barrier 3 and resume normal speed, American 504. American 1125 descend via the Barrier 3 arrival, DFW altimeter 2982.
No takers on the Dallas Love Field trivia question?
American 1125, descend via the Barrier 3 arrival, DFW altimeter 2982. Alright, send me the Barrier 3 and run at 125. Send us for American 504, did you say this is normal speed? Public speed on the arrival, please.
Okay, public speed on the ground from there. Up.
Okay, I'll give you folks a clue. Probably one of the biggest events in American history in the 20th century. Happened in Dallas, and Love Field was in some ways highly connected to this event. Just past 18,000, so we'll go to standard barometric.
Descend via the bearing 3 arrival, PSW altimeter 2982.
It's busy.
2982 on the bearing 3 arrival, Sterling 1831.
Center 253 X-ray 0, Takeoff. November 253 X-ray Sierra, Fort Worth Center, climb and maintain flight level 390. I'm in info 390, 53 X-ray Sierra.
14,000, final once again.
November 5 Golf Bravo, contact Houston Center 132.77.
132.77, 5 traffic control.
Sierra November 254 to Tango on Dallas McKinney Way, whatever.
At McKinney, call Fort Worth Center 132.45.
132.45, thank you. Center, American 1330, flight level 350.
American 1350, Fort Worth Center, hello. flight level 410.
Line 410, FedEx 1711.
American 504, contact Fort Worth Center, 132.45. We'll see you.
132.45, American 510.
Lyndon B. Johnson was sworn in as president on the tarmac at Love Field in 1963. It is the airport Kennedy landed in, and the airport, his remains were flown back to Washington. There was no Dallas Fort Worth Airport in 1963, so Love Field was the I believe,
1125,
only hub.
Center, 132.45.
May have been the only airport in Dallas.
Hey, there was some record. Are you taking the frequency for American 1125?
The American 1125, contact Fort Worth Center, 132.45.
3245, American 1125, thanks.
UPS 606, Memphis Center's offline radar service is terminated. Frequency change approved. Good day.
UPS 606, gone dark, path control, see it.
Is that the flysim? Would you recommend the flysim, would you? Let me look those developers up actually. Because sometimes some of the vintage aircraft developers are really excellent at what they do. Because they also, flysim also did the Q400, which is supposed to be absolutely amazing. Was it not optimized for X-Plane 12? My God, actually, you know what? I'm on FlyJSim's website, and they are, well, they're advertising this as an X-Plane 11 add-on. That's a bit worrisome. That's a bit worrisome. So, Vintage, are you flying the FlyJSim in X-Plane 11?
Contact forward center 132.45.
13245, Sterling 1831.
What are they working on? I'm on their website, and they're not saying anything about what they're working on. Like what's next in the pipeline for them. Matter of fact, their news page, the latest news article on their own website about, you know, what's going on with their business is from July of 2021. My God. That's wild.
Forward center, citation 85, Lima Mike, flight level 280.
Citation 85, Lima Mike, forward center, radar contact 30 miles northeast of the Monroe VOR, climb maintain flight level 380.
Alright, climb maintain flight level 380, flight Lima Mike, and can we make 280 our final today?
Sure, confirm flight Lima Mike, maintain flight level 280.
Is there 727 any good?
Forward center, good evening, citation
I see.
357, Bravo, November, flight level 430.
Citation 357.
Are they working on any new projects?
3 miles northeast of Monroe, hello? 307, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain 13,000, the Waco altimeter 29085, more than 1 hour old.
Roger, descend pilot discretion 13,000, 29085, and next section 307.
Did anyone get a chance to look at the synaptic videos for the A220? I still haven't had one. I have seen some flightsim channels have put out some shorts where it's getting a bit of a bad rap. Or maybe it's more synaptic is being or getting a bad rap, not so much the airplane. Apparently they were advertising that
American 1330, Memphis Center is offline, radar service is terminated, frequency change approved, good day.
Server data context for the ATC, we'll see you. American 1330.
oh, that sucks. Yeah, I was looking at Aerobask's website as well. I haven't seen anything on their website about what's coming, other than the Falcon, the Dassault Falcon 8. But it seems like they've been working on that for 10 years. The lady over there at Aerobask was actually hired by Laminar. I don't know if she's splitting her time between the two companies. But I mean they've done a lot, but like smaller.
Deliver 3 X-Ray Sierra, contact Houston Center, 132.77, good day.
3277, 53 and Fisher, good day.
They've done the Diamond 50, the Diamond 62, the Diamond 42, so obviously they have some sort of affinity with Diamond Aircraft Company. And they've done a Viper jet. I think the Phenom 300 they did is excellent.
American 1244 is 13,800, climbing 17,000.
American 1244, Fort Worth Center, hello, climb maintain flight level 360.
360, American 1244.
Fort Worth Center, calling. I think you have the wrong frequency. What frequency were you previously on?
FedEx 1711, I am on frequency.
FedEx 1711, affirmative. I wasn't calling you, I called someone else.
Gotcha.
Nighthawk 70, Fort Worth Center, you have the wrong frequency. Contact Fort Worth, or what frequency were you last on? Okay, Nighthawk 70, you're kind of unreadable from here, but whatever frequency were you last on, go back to them. Should be Fort Worth Center 132.45.
I'm yawning over here as well. This is my only and last flight today.
Pilot Club 178, Flight Wolf 400, about 20 miles south of Hot Springs, VOR.
Pilot Club 178, Fort Worth Center, taken.
We're flight level 400. We're about 22 miles south of the Hot Springs VOR, coming into your airspace.
Pilot Club 178, Fort Worth Center, radar contact is reported. Hello.
Fort Center citation 655 Charlie Echo level 1, current 12000.
Station 655 Charlie Echo, Fort Worth Center, climb maintain, flight level 230.
Climb maintain 230, 5 Charlie Echo.
Take a power nap. "30-minute nap, set your alarm. It makes all the difference. And it won't screw up,
1703 Memphis is offline, radar service is terminated, frequency to approved, good day.
over to Unicom, American 1703. Thanks for the service. Have a good one. That's my cue to run to the bathroom. Actually, I should have just asked him for an early.
Number 5 Charlie Echo.
I'll be back in 1 minute, folks. Looks like Memphis Center has joined. They're not showing up yet. So Gerald, these tillers that you're going to be making, where do you start? Circuit boards first? You electrical engineer? Wow, look at that. I'm looking up that microcontroller. 18 mega 32U4. So in a controller, is it the potentiometer that is really the key thing? Would you be running it as a magnetic potentiometer? Here we go again at thick clouds at flight level 370. What do you mean by 767 mod? Like an alternative to the flight factor one? Yeah, the flight factor 767. It's still kind of expensive though. Wait a second, so that's the professional extended. I don't think you have to go all the way to that. Well, they're coming out with the V2. And I don't know if it's going to have X-Plane 11 capability. Let me check on Discord. Let me see if somebody says it on Discord. Yeah, I'm trying to see if we ask AI. according to AI, they're saying that it hasn't been officially publicized by Flight Factor that they are going into a 767/757 V2 project, which would be a complete rewrite from the ground up of both aircraft. But rather, they are continuing with infrequent updates to both airplanes, and such infrequent updates will cater to X-Plane 11 and X-Plane 12 users. I think the 767 is my favorite Boeing airplane. This cloud is wild. You know, there isn't a really good 747 for X-Plane. I know SSG basically... Well, actually, you know what? That's not true. The 747-400. Or no, excuse me, it's the -200. The ToLiss 747. Do you have the ToLiss 747-200? Oh, the default one. Oh yeah, they still have the default one, that's right. Yeah, a lot of the default ones are good. The A330 is very good default.
Welcome back, Vintage. We were just, Jarrell and I were just talking about Boeing aircraft for X-plane. Do you have a favorite Boeing? I think you said it was the 737-200, was it? So there is Charlotte Tower right now. We'll see if there's a rival ATIS in Charlotte. Okay. Information India, winds are 10 degrees 9 knots. Yeah, we'll plan for one left. The 314 Clipper. The 314 Clipper looks like a toad. It looks like a great big toad with wings. Why was there a cable on the DC-3 and I think other airplanes as well? Like it's comparable to its size. Why was there a cable from like a tiny dorsal fin at the top of the fuselage going all the way back to the vertical stabilizer? What was that? What function did that cable serve? It couldn't possibly. There's something I want to talk about though, but would you know why? That's for radios. But that's a radio antenna? That's a primitive early radio antenna? That's for radios. Look at that control column on the DC-3. That is absolutely amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Hey Vintage, do you have the IXEG 737 Classic Plus? So what variance comes with that? What variance comes with that? It's just the 300. So I think it's been pretty noticeable to everyone that aircraft development in Microsoft Flight Simulator, like third-party add-on aircraft development and MSFS, seems to happen at a much faster rate than aircraft development for X-Plane. Now, I don't know if that's because there are smaller teams working on the X-Plane projects and Microsoft Flight Simulator has bigger teams, because they're expecting more sales. Perhaps they can put more people on it, or is it just technically more difficult to build a plane in X-Plane? You think it's a mixture of both? Larger production teams and easier SDK in Microsoft Flight Simulator? I wonder how AI will help in accelerating aircraft production in X-Plane. But if the AI was, if there was good oversight, human oversight on what the AI had produced, I suppose the AI would have a problem. Our AI would be problematic as well, because I think computer simulated aviation airplanes is such a niche thing that there's not a lot of there's not a lot of material out there for the AI models to learn from. Or could a developer like, you know, Flight Factor or FlyJSim or, you know, TorqueSim or whoever, could they just take all of their source code and throw it into an LLM and go, this is what this code does, and would the LLM then go like, oh, okay, I know exactly how to code all of your avionics and your flight model and, you know, all of that fun stuff. Anyway, I gotta use the restroom.
Okay, 40 miles from top of descent. Let's see if we get the latest arrival ATIS. Information India, that's the same. Got Charlie 10 as the gate. Oh, look at that. They gave us the gate. That's pretty cool. We'll jot this into our performance page. Winds are 10 degrees, 9 knots. It's quite convenient. 29 degrees. And 2981 altimeter. We're going to ask for one left. Minimums on a Cat 1 are 944 barometric, 200 radio. And we're going to go flap 3 configuration for a approach of 134 because it's so hard to slow this airplane down. There you go. I was just looking at the DC-3 on their website. It looks amazing. That control column looks absolutely spectacular. The landing flaps 3 is on. From top of the sun. I was looking at the, let me go back, I went to the TorqueSim website. Hang on a second, let me go back to flightsim. Oh, was it the flightsim? No, it wasn't. It was, no, it wasn't the flightsim website. Oh, there it is, leading edge. What's up with the Aviation website? That's like an X-plane only shop, but for kind of old classic planes and modern general aviation. Well, this is the V2. Looking at the V2, the smile in the sky livery. Looks like it's got a tiny bomb loaded just below the cockpit on the fuselage as well, the belly of the fuselage. Performance is in. Top of descent 3 miles, and our first altitude constraint is 240 above. Going
Initiate start the descent. Okay. I thought it was some sort of radio antenna. We're going down, guys. We are descending into Charlotte. Touchdown zone elevation is 744. Standard 3-degree glide path. Missed approach is climb to 1,200 and then make a left turn. Continuing the climb to 4,000 on heading 280 direct to so heading 280 and then capture the inbound Bravo Zulu Mike VOR radial 184, which takes you to Budkey, which is 26.5 miles from the Bravo Zulu Mike VOR, and enter a right hand. So we've been given gate Charlie 10, which is on the Charlie concourse. No surprises there. So most likely taking Mike, taxiway Mike. Actually, maybe not. Let's go to the larger airport map. So we're going to be one left, taking November. Yeah, we'll probably do it that way. November Victor Sierra Mike. Continue on down to 17,000. Set. Really? They issued V2. When you say it doesn't work at all, it doesn't even load in? Charlotte Towers 118.1. Yeah, you know, there's some aircraft developers out there who have gripes with Laminar, with them changing things. The flight model was really driving a lot of people up the wall. The flight model changes. Austin kept tweaking it. Tuner 81 on the altimeter. Well, this will be a straight-in landing, so no flying past the airport. Set. The seatbelt sign's on, and keep going down to 1000. I know, it's crazy. I think it's because it's the daytime here as well. We have the natural light. It looks even more dark. The contrast. I could turn on the dome, but I usually fly with the dome off, but maybe I'll leave it on. So do you have a do either of you have a OLED monitor or similar technology? Because with the OLED monitors, the pixels are able to achieve authentic black. All other older monitors could never produce perfect black. It would be an extremely dark gray. The OLED monitor's representation of darkness is absolutely spectacular. It is jet black. Continue down to 10,000. Actually, you know what? We're crossing Dub, so let's go down to 7. Time to get those landing lights on. Don't see any aircraft on the TCAS. I gotta drop a link here.
Could need some speed brake action. What was ground? 121.9. HF2 121.9er. Let's activate the approach phase. Keep the speed in manage mode. Winds are only 9 knots, so 5 is fine. V approach 134 is good. Field is in sight. Auto brake will be low. Spoilers are armed. Is this a DME ILS? Yes, it is. Okay. Go direct to Nuxie and go down to 6,000. And we'll head over to the tower now. Actually, you know what? I'll just put 121.9er in here. It's gonna be the last one I need anyway. Charlotte Tower, hello. American 1703. We have a visual on runway 1 left.
American 1703, Charlotte Tower, winds 360 at 6, runway 1 left. Clear land.
Clear land, runway 1 left. American 1703. Flaps 1.
It's interesting, I haven't picked up the ILS yet. What's the radio? 110, 15 didn't seem to keep going down. I'm gonna do an early gear down here to pull some of the speed off. Localizer arm, that's so interesting. Usually the Airbus automatically tunes. We'll have to speed brake it even. The A319s are incredibly difficult to slow down. Glide slope is captured.
$2,500. 2,000.
Flaps 2. Flaps 3. Wind straight in our face. Rudder trim is neutral.
$1,000. $500. $400. 100 above. 300. Minimum 200. 100.
Charles Tower, good. Putting right at 1552.
40.
10 mile final airline,
30.
36
20. Retard 10. 5.
1552 Charlotte, welcome, winds 360 at 6, runway 365, clear to land.
366, the right of 1552.
Welcome to Charlotte. Right when able, you can taxi Whiskey Sierra, cross runway 1 right at Sierra, continue via Mike to the ramp.
Whiskey Sierra, cross 1 right, and it'll be Mike to the ramp. American 1703, thanks. Thank you very much. A little bit low, I don't know, the poppies are weird here. I was following the flight director. Whiskey, I assume. Oh, my chart says Victor. Oh, whiskey is there. Okay. I got you now. You're sending me all the way down there. Yeah, it's crazy, right? I'm following the flight director. Now, the ILS glide slope bug always drifts up as you get closer. And there's a reason for that I remember reading about years ago. But the poppies are a bit funny. $1.80? I'll take it. Whiskey, Sierra, and Mike. I think anywhere between 100 and 200 is like a perfect landing. But what is a perfect landing? The pilots I've been watching on YouTube, they say perfect landing starts with absolutely nailing the center line. And touchdown rate after that is secondary. So they basically say, like, if the x-axis is your center line, that's first most important. Then after that is where in the touchdown zone you land. Call it the y-axis. And then they say after that, the z-axis, or your vertical speed when you're landing, is it's the last thing they worry about.
1552, welcome to Charlotte. You keep rolling all the way down to Charlie 10. You can go left on Charlie 10. Charlie to the ramp, very nice.
Charlie to the ramp, American 1552.
We've got some police activity over here. We got very unusual things on the ground over there. Don't know what those were. Entrance to a construction site, probably.
Charlie advised, time now is 0149 Zulu. Charlie Tower will now be closing line advisory 118.1.
So ground and tower closed. They waited for me to land, or for me and that other guy. I hope those police are not waiting for me. Stick on the brake fan. We'll stay on tower frequency, as that is the CTAF frequency. Yeah. They needed was it 5 or 6 cop cars there? Must be something quite serious happening at that hangar. Dodgy union workers probably working on the taxiway expansion at Charlotte. Okay, so we're just gonna stay on Sierra. We are coming up to one right. So they've relabeled the runways here. They've recently renumbered the runways. Charlotte traffic, American 1703 crossing one right at Sierra, Charlotte. Clear right, clear left. That's nice. I don't know if you guys saw that, but on the arrival ATIS information, I also got a message. They had assigned me a gate number and everything in Charlotte. That doesn't happen all the time on VATSIM. I got an airplane going out there. Don't know if they landed or not. I'm not super familiar with Charlotte Airport taxi ways. They're a bit weird. They're not as bad as Chicago or here. But we'll continue on Mike. And Mike brings us right into the apron, essentially. Right at the Charlie concourse. Now would be a good time to start the APU, I think. I wish Laminar would make a... I know they've made some very small, one or two very small improvements on frame rate performance. So I'm crossing Bravo here. I guess they've relabeled that Juliet 4. But airport lights, big airports at nighttime, the lights they completely killed the GPU performance. Now, I have a 5090 and I literally have to, I can't run any MSAA on a 4K at 60 FPS at nighttime, which is why I'm running at well, actually 0. So I think 10 is right here. That's the Charlie concourse. And oh, 10 is on the other side, actually. Excuse me. It's over this way. It's on the other branch. Yeah, I don't know what is up at all with Laminar and lights, nighttime lights, particularly airport floodlights. I mean, not particularly airport floodlights, only the airport floodlights just destroy sim performance.
I don't know, if somebody has a mod out there for airport lighting that doesn't cause just crazy GPU usage, I'll be all over that. Oh, look at this. I have the, I forgot. I have visual docking guidance. Outstanding. And I still screwed it up, did I? Hey, it's telling me to go left and right and left and right. Yeah, I know. First time installation. Gosh, I didn't hit those numbers at all. It all depends on how accurately they installed it in WED. I used to develop airports in WED a long time ago, and it just became way too time consuming. Now if I turn the beacon light off here after the engines die out, in the old SAM days you could say beacon light out, automatically attach jetway. Got the APU engines can go off, and we'll kill the brake fan. And one is now both below 5, beacon off. Does that make the gate come to us? The jetway? Do I have to? Oh, there it is, yeah. Cool. I remember that from the original SAM days. They won't open the aircraft door though, will they? Yeah. I'll go and open that. We'll grab the ground power. Turn off the APU. Landing flaps come off. Crew supply off. IRS is off. Fuel pumps off. I'm doing this because I have to set up a new cold and dark. I lost my other configuration. External power, batteries are going to leave those on still for a minute. Nav logo, will knock that off. The smoking sign off. Leave that on arm. With the dome light on. Just in time for dinner, 7 p.m.
Should have turned the weather radar off. Be zapping people with radar. Yeah. Put the TCAS to standby and auto. Predictive wind shears off. What do the brake temps look like? Yeah, you're on a different time clock entirely. Okay, brake temps look fine. They're well below 200 now. Okay, overhead looks good. Disembark the passengers. Oops, you gotta say actually 0. I wish they had to unload passengers. Here we go. Leave the door open. So we left with nearly 17,000 pounds, I think. So we burnt 12,000 pounds of fuel there. It's a lot, huh? Okay, we are going to disconnect the external power. And disconnect that. We'll leave the chocks on. Release the park brake. That's all good. We'll see you tomorrow for some ERJs, Embraer ERJ 145 from X-Crafts. It's a good plane. It's got problems, and unfortunately X-Crafts are not building a very good reputation for themselves in fixing avionics problems, but you can circumvent a couple of avionics issues by going to heading mode fairly frequently. Thanks for joining. Good chatting with you guys. And stay safe. Good night. Good luck. See you tomorrow. Yeah, every developer does have their own little... When am I going live tomorrow? Probably around the same time, maybe a little earlier actually. I'll put it up on the... I'll post the stream on the schedule tonight. I'll probably do 2 tomorrow. Charlotte to Roanoke, I think, which is a very short flight, and back to Charlotte. We'll do a full turnaround. And with that, folks, we'll go our separate ways for the evening. Sayonara for now.